All right, Algebra 1 students, let's look at Unit 3, Lesson 3, Associations in Categorical Data. There's only one goal for this. I can look for patterns in two-way tables and relative frequency tables to see if there is a possible association between two variables. Essentially, what we're doing is we're looking at the tables to figure out if between two variables, there's a relationship or one causes something on the other, possibly. All right, so our vocabulary again, we have categorical variable. So having a category that can be broken into measurable styles or situations, such as color can be broken into red, blue, green. Relative frequency table is a two-way table where we typically are dividing by the total number of the whole thing or a row or column and getting decimals or turning them into percents. A two-way table is where you have two categorical variables or two variables that are broken into categories, and each is given its own side to kind of show the data. Then we have a variable, which is just something that's being tested here. And then here we want association. Two variables are statistically related if one can be used to estimate the other. So an example of that is one going up causes the other to go down. Therefore, looking at it, you can make an estimate of where you think one will be in relationship to the other. All right, so here's your warm-up. The table displays the dessert preference and dominant hand, left or right, for a sample of 300 people. So here I have a two-way table. Please write this table down, and then you're going to write down these problems and try and identify where these problems came from and what they're saying. So in the two-way table, we have left, right, and total on the bottom, and on the top we have prefer cake, prefer pie, and total. So the left is doing the dominant hand, the top is doing the dessert preference. In the left cake spot, we have 10. In the left pie spot, we have 20. And then in the left total, we have 30. Then in the right cake, we have 90. In the right pie, we have 180. In the right total, we have 270. And then we're going straight across the totals. So total cake is 100. Total pie is 200, and total here is 300, and that's how many people we have. This should always equal out to the total number. Okay? For each calculation, describe the interpretation of the percentage in terms of the situation. So in number 1, we have 10%. I want to know where that 10% might come from, and your help here is it came from 10 divided by 100 equals 0.1. Then for 2, we want to know 67%, which came from 180 divided by 270 is about, this means about, 0.67. Then we have 30% from 90 divided by 300 equals 0.3. So use the table and this math to identify where these numbers came from. So for example, this 10 is 10% of the cake preference are left-handed. So the 10 goes with left, the 100 is the total, and it's talking about cake, so it's 10 out of 100. So 10% of cake people are left-handed. All right, so you guys try and figure out the other two. Bring that work to class tomorrow, and then that's going to start our discussion. Thanks.